Final game of the series coming up between Nova Southeastern University and the University of Tampa. Two sides have split games 1 and 2. The Sharks with a 1-0 victory last night. Tampa with a very impressive come from behind victory, 5-4 the final score in extra innings against the Sharks. Just about a half an hour ago. 5-4 the final in that one. Tampa scoring all 5 of their runs from the 7th inning or later with 2 solo homers in back-to-back fashion to tie up the ball game in the top of the 9th off of Federico Zapata. Now, it'll be a very similar alignment for both sides back in this one, the starting lineup. For Tampa, it'll be Jordan Evans, Jake Books, and Braden Woodburn, top 3 in the order. Gunnett Carlson will be back at first base batting cleanup. Johanner Irigoyen will be the DH batting 5th. Walker Vanacek will play in left field. Nick Pereira will catch and bat 7th. Jesse Ponce will bat 8th and man shortstop. And then A.J. Graham will make his second appearance with first start here in this series. The Sharks will send out typical group for them in the outfield from left to right. It will be Manny Ramirez Jr., Dakota Jones, and Nick Rodriguez. The infield alignment will be George Degodi at the hot corner. Anthony Stinson will play short once again. Ty Torty gets the start at second base with Emilio Gonzalez at first. Sebastian Garavito catching all 3 games of the series, and the starting pitcher for Nova Southeastern University here trying to take the series will be Christopher Perez. Perez with a 2-1 record. The junior from Hialeah, Florida, is making his 6th start of the season. Brings a 3.25 ERA to the yard with him. 27 2/3 innings pitched this season. 19 hits allowed, 10 earned runs. He has struck out 35, walked 11. Opponents are hitting just 190 against him. He has hit 8 men this season. Of note for Perez, since last season when he squared off with these Spartans, over his last 14 appearances with the Sharks, he has totaled a 3.44 ERA, 47 1/3 innings pitched, 18 earned runs, 57 strikeouts since his last meeting with Tampa. Of late, though, things have been a little rocky. Last 8 innings, 8 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, 5 walks for Perez as he tries to right the ship, give the Sharks some length. Pitching, for the most part, has been pretty fantastic this weekend. Couple of big flies against Federico Zapata soured the line. We're ready for the rubber match. Jordan Evans in the second game of the series had a double and a home run, 7th and 9th innings. Scored 2 of the 5. It's been of high impact in this series. He has 3 hits. They're all for extra bases. He's also stolen a bag. And he'll line that one right back at Perez. Torty can't gather it. You had 2 of the top 12 defensive teams in the nation in this series. The Sharks have now committed their 5th error. Tampa's made just 2. They've made 1 in each game so far. 4 of the 5 Sharks errors have been made by the infield. 1 was charged to Dakota Jones late in the ball game that didn't hurt. Now Jake Books from the left side once again. It has still been a mission for Sharks pitching to try and retire Books. He is perfect this weekend. See if Chris Perez is up to the task here. A 1-2 count. He's walked 4 times, has 2 base hits in the last game and a homer. It's total work this weekend. He also had 2 singles on Friday night. And there is the first time he's been recorded as an out this weekend. Christopher Perez strikes him out with a high fastball. Perez is a 4-seam fastball, a cutter, a slider, curveball, and a changeup that he will spike. Kick change for Perez. Highly important start for him, trying to get back on track and solidify his spot in the rotation once again. Get back to the 3-headed monster that is Nick Manning, the tandem of Diaz and Zapata, and then Chris Perez. Be a very formidable 3-man rotation heading into any weekend series. One. Foul tipped. Got a piece of Garavito. It's had a very long weekend behind the plate. Braden Woodburn, the second baseman, has been in the top 3 spots all weekend long. Batted second last night. He's been in the 3 spot for both games now. Had a base hit and a walk in the first game today. 1-2, runner off. Garavito's throw on time, on target, and the runner is caught stealing. Sebastian Garavito has another runner taken off the bases. The top defensive catchers in the conference. That's his 13th caught stealing this season. Sharks came into the weekend as the best team when it comes to not allowing stolen bases. And Chris Perez has back-to-back strikeouts to finish off the top of the first, like it has been all weekend long. A scoreless top of the first for Sharks pitching.
To Broward County, everyone knows the sunrises, the beautiful beaches, and the extravagant nightlife. But within the heart of the 954 lies Shark County. The Sharks have always been hungry for more, striving for excellence in competition and in the classroom. But over time, we've evolved into not only the power in Broward, but one of the premier powerhouses in all of college athletics.
Nova Southeastern, they've been the best team in Division II all season long.
We're the home of 15 NCAA Division II national championships, crowning 50 individual national champions and winning 55 Sunshine State Conference titles. We are the Sharks. We are Shark County. We are the power in Broward.
The 9 sent out by head coach Adrian Morales for Nova Southeastern here. Anthony Stinson, George Degodi, and Emilio Gonzalez will be the first 3. Sebastian Garavito, Dakota Jones, and Ty Torty will be the middle of the lineup. Then Manny Ramirez Jr., J.C. Hernandez, and Nick Rodriguez will round it out for Coach Morales in this third game of the series. Had one certainly slip away earlier today. It was a game that the Sharks led 4-2 heading into the final inning. Ended up dropping it 5-4. Frustrating loss, but an opportunity certainly for this group to bounce back immediately rather than having to sit there and let that loss fester a little bit. Just get right back on the horse here and try to pick up a win. A very important series win still up for grabs for both of these sides. And Anthony Stinson will take a ball. Stinson giving a rip at the second pitch he sees. Stinson went 1 for 3 in the middle game, walked twice, one of those intentional. Struck out twice as well, stole 2 bases, including a theft of third. Strike across. Starting pitcher in the ball game is the senior John Luke Glanton. He's a much different figure out there on the mound than the first 2 guys, as Stinson gives this one a ride to right. Not all that threatening. Luke Glanton listed at 5'11", 185 pounds. Georgia College transfer. His 11th start now of the season. Previous 10, he brings an 8-1 record, 50 1/3 innings pitched, a 3.22 ERA, and 43 strikeouts. DeGote lining one to right, and it'll be off the glove of the right fielder. Books misplayed it. His throw goes to the cutoff man. Long run for Books there. Couldn't quite snare it. The wind may be playing a factor, and DeGote, they hustled double. Luke Glanton named an All-American at Georgia College. Bio says that he was a State Player of the Year honoree in Georgia back when he was in high school. An extremely talented arm. His first year with the program. Emilio Gonzalez at a 1-0 count. 1 away, 1 on for him. Ball 2. Gonzalez has had a fantastic weekend at the plate. He is 2 for 8 with a double and a homer. Ball scorched, well foul. He's swinging a good bat, and the contact has been fairly loud for Emilio. And I mentioned he does tend to pick up his extra base hits pretty frequently when they start to drop in. He has 3 doubles and a homer since the start of the PBA series, and he'll take a low strike. Umpiring crew flipping again. So this is last night's alignment. Strike zone was a little wide last night, so something for both sides to certainly remember. Gonzalez will knock this one foul. So 4 extra base hits in Gonzalez's last 8 games. Couple of multi-hit efforts along the way. He's driven in 8. There's not been a whole lot of offense this weekend. Both sides have scored 5 runs exactly. Knocked to the second baseman. And Woodburn records the second out of the inning. One nothing and 5-4 through 19 innings. The 2 scores. Now Sebastian Garavito, the opening run of this ball game, 90 feet away. Garavito with an RBI, hit by pitch, and a walk. Couple of walks drawn, but the first 2 late in the ball game. Very impactful plate appearances for him. 1-1. Foul tipped into the mitt. Got one that hung up a little bit. Luke Glanton trying to get through the first scoreless the first time this weekend for Tampa. 1-2. Well outside. Good layoff by Garavito. Continues to be very patient. He has walked more than he's struck out this season. 14 walks to 12 strikeouts. He's also been hit by 5 pitches now. Knocked down the third baseline. We'll do it again at 2-2. He's driven in 14 runs. No homers yet for the freshman. This is his 24th start of the season. 28th game played. He's really taken control of the catching duties. The Sharks had some open at-bats in the outfield, and Nick Rodriguez has taken to right field very nicely. And Garavito will be caught looking at strike 3. Fastball poured across. And it is our first scoreless opening inning of the series. 0-0 through 1 between the Sharks and the Spartans.
First 50 years of the Sunshine State Conference inspired champions and built a legacy rooted in excellence. A legacy built from a single sport to a conference of national champions. Threaded through geography, fueled by growth, defined by excellence. 135 team national titles, 173 individual champions, and hundreds of Scholar All-Americans. Always at the top of NCAA Division II. Looking ahead, we reflect on where we started, where we are, and where we're going. The Sunshine State Conference, where success thrives.
Gunnar Carlson leading off here at the top of the second inning. Perez back to the hill, struck out 2, got helped out by his battery mate for the first out of the inning. I'm going to see how aggressive both teams are on the bases with how tough it has been to score runs. Been out here all day long. Runs might be at a premium yet again. An early runner caught stealing might change things for Coach Urso. Right-hander with the 1-2. That ball's put into the air softly. Torty out in shallow right. He'll make the catch. Carlson continues to be held in check. He's walked a couple of times today. No hits in the series, though, for a guy came into the weekend as one of Tampa's better bats. 330 hitter with 10 extra base hits. Nothing so far. Sharks pitching has done a nice job of keeping him quiet. Jonder Irigoyen DHing. No doubt he was going to be in the lineup for this ball game the way that he's been producing all season long. Added to his RBI total in the middle game. He's driven in 40 this season now. The RBI double also came across to score after reaching on an error in extra innings. Perez, the long look in, now set for his 0-2 offering. Looking for a third strikeout. Won't have it here. It is the utmost importance for Chris Perez to get into the middle innings for the Sharks. The bullpen is a little bit depleted. It's probably part of the reason why Federico Zapata was sent back out for the 9th inning with a career high in pitches. Zapata threw 118 pitches. His previous high this season was 100 twice. It's just the third time in his career with the Sharks that he's gone over 100 pitches. As Stinson will have this one on the outfield grass. Right beyond second base. The second out of the inning. His previous high with the Sharks was 103 pitches. It was a quality start against Florida Southern last season where he struck out 10. Across 7 innings of work and walked 3. And mentioned in the game that when he was with the Buccaneers with Barry, his first 2 years, he was primarily a late inning reliever. He pushed it, didn't work. Had a couple of chances, couldn't come through. Now, new ball game, fresh slate. Chris Perez trying to carry over the fantastic early pitching the Sharks have put on display against a top-ranked team nationally. Number 2 ranked Spartans. Fought off a losing streak. A threat of a third consecutive loss. They fought hard for it. And a swing and a miss. The second strike. Walker Vanacek back in there. Had a late RBI. The winning run of the ball game. Driven in on a base hit to left field by Vanacek. Perez. The 1-2 as Garavito moves around a little bit behind the plate. Trying to make some noise back there. Get the batter to think about a particular location pre-pitch. Setting up inside again. 2-2 from the right-hander. Now back out. Missed inside, and Perez will have another strikeout. His third of the ball game. Missed his spot, but to great effect. The fastball right past the batter.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
Dakota Jones going to get it started here for the Sharks. Home half of inning number 2 getting started at the NSU Baseball Complex. Dakota Jones ran his hitting streak up to a season-high 14 games. He is far and away the team high this season, 14 straight. He is 14 in a row coming into today. He's moved it to 15 straight where he has reached safely via the hit. 17 in a row reaching base. He is one away from tying first base coach and Boris Pena, and then longtime shortstop for the Sharks, Tyler Epstein, for the third longest hitting streak since 2020. During the streak, he's picked up 17 hits, 7 of them for extra bases. And he's going to strike out here to open up the second. John Luke Glanton with back-to-back strikeouts. Ty Torty back into the field, back into the lineup. And a very nice left-on-left base hit against the starter B.J. Bailey earlier on today. Two-0. I think that's 3-0. Torty tries to start the inning off with one away. Manny Ramirez Jr. waiting on deck. Wide strike to Torty. Three one. And down and in. On the count full. Nothing yet has piqued the interest of Torty to swing at. 3-2. And that will miss for ball 4. Had waited a little bit longer. Made the at-bat a little bit more thrilling. And Ty Torty will work the walk, his 10th walk drawn this season. Now Manny Ramirez Jr. has 8 hits this year and 42 at-bats, 2 extra base hits, including a homer. It's 4 for his last 10, including a 3 RBI ball game against North Georgia. For 2 with a couple of walks in this series. Out in the field for this series finale. There have been some swing and miss issues this season for the Sharks at various times. 0-2 in the dirt. Really has been something that the Sharks have made great strides with through the middle portion of this season, but a bit of a speed bump in that regard in the middle game. Struck out 17 times earlier today, which ties the second most in a game this season. And Ramirez strikes out here, 3rd strikeout already for the Spartan starter. John Luke Glanton keeping things quiet so far. He's worked around a Dagote double and a walk now, trying to keep it quiet. J.C. Hernandez getting the start. The Sharks DH. He is in a real cold spell. He has 1 hit since February 17th. Went 1 for 1 in a game against Florida Tech. 1 for his last 28. As this is popped in foul ground, it'll land out of harm's way. JC, a very intriguing prospect last year. As a sophomore, went to Westminster Academy, highly touted young player, was a Broward High School baseball All-American before coming to NSU. He grounds this one foul. He's really shown the power. Last year there was quite a bit more discipline in his game. He walked more than he struck out last year. This season, though, with some scattered playing time, 4 hits and 39 at-bats, and he struck out 15 times. And he'll get caught looking at strike 3 here, so around the walk, Luke Glanton strikes out 3 in the inning. Jones, Ramirez, and Hernandez all down by way of the K in the second.
First 50 years of the Sunshine State Conference inspired champions and built a legacy rooted in excellence. A legacy built from a single sport to a conference of national champions. Threaded through geography, fueled by growth, defined by excellence. 135 team national titles, 173 individual champions, and hundreds of Scholar All-Americans. Always at the top of NCAA Division II. Looking ahead, we reflect on where we started, where we are, and where we're going. The Sunshine State Conference, where success thrives.
Nick Pereira back in after the double switch took him out of the ball game earlier today. Saw both sides, both coaching staffs really dig into their benches. A lot of changes. Pinch hitters, different arms being deployed, a couple of pinch runners. Grounded to Gonzalez. He'll flip to Perez. And in time for the first out of the inning. Pereira gone on the ground out. Perez has really mixed it up here. He struck out 3. Couple of pop-ups. One runner caught stealing after the error. The Sharks have made one defensive miscue, at least one in every game so far this series. Down and in, that'll miss the batter. Jesse Ponce. Been really good with the glove. Did make an error. In the middle game of the set. It was a very slow start offensively for both groups again. Sharks got the early tally on a George DeGote solo shot in the first. It was pretty quiet till late. Late in that ball game, Tampa got going offensively. This is grounded past DeGote. Kind of half dive attempt and a little bit of an abbreviated stab at it there. It's been very interesting to watch DeGote this season because he's looked fantastic at first. very capable third baseman, but also have to factor in needing Emilio Gonzalez's bat in the mix. And Manny Ramirez Jr. has been swinging it better lately, so the outfield mix is getting a little more playing time distribution for those guys out there. A.J. Graham, first start. Third baseman for Coach Urso in this game. Came off the bench late and struck out. He has been a big-time boom bat this season. 3 homers. He has 8 hits this year. Two one. Breaking ball, cut on and missed. Perez looking for another strikeout here, or trying to get a ground ball up the middle. Get his defense engaged again. 2-2. Like a slider well off the plate. Great stop by Garavito there to keep that one from getting to the backstop. Count does run full, though. See if Bonse wants to get off early here. It's a very short lead for him. Couldn't hold the swing. Graham strikes out. 4th ticket punched for Chris Perez already in the start. Four strikeouts first time through the order for the junior right-hander. Season high strikeout total for him is 7. Did it twice, once against the Barry Buccaneers, once non-conference action against Erskine College. He is ahead of Jordan Evans here. Evans pretty much been as advertised. Great defense in center field. Dynamic player at the plate. Stinson takes it the short way. A nice play made by the Sharks shortstop. The flip up the middle for the final out of the inning. Perez strikes out another. And the Sharks keep the Spartans bats quiet again. Sharks right fielder Nick Rodriguez will lead off in the 3rd inning. 9-1-2 for the Sharks. They try to strike first again, squaring off with Tampa. A highly anticipated meeting with the Spartans. For the most part, it's gone the Sharks' way. outside of a disastrous 9th and 10th innings in the middle game of the set as Evans runs this one down in center field. Another rangy play for the strong center fielder. And for the most part, really just those 3 innings where the Sharks gave up some big runs, 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 9th, and then the 10th inning give it away run. You've played 19 innings, and the Sharks have been better for 16 of them. And it just hasn't been enough to put this series in favor of the Sharks. A lot of mistakes defensively and a handful of errors in less than 2.5 games. And here's Stinson with a smash to left. Well struck line drive base hit for Anthony Stinson. Second time scoring off at the top of the order here. John Luke Glanton already off to a worse start. We'll see if George DeGote can follow up an opposite field double. Stinson stole a couple of bags in the middle game. So I have second and third in consecutive fashion. Holding here. DeGote swinging at the first one. He'll pop that foul to the parking lot. Didn't catch a car, fortunately, for some fan in attendance. DeGote trying to be the guy again to deliver a big hit in a big spot. Pick to first. Stinson back in safely. The Sharks in the series. 2 out of 3 on stolen base attempts. Tampa's 1 for 1. Stinson started and stopped. DeGote knocks it to the shortstop. It's off his glove. And the throw will get away. That throw wasn't even close to the bag. Stinson with a full head of steam's getting waved home. DeGote's going to end up at third base. A double negative right there for Jesse Ponce. Stinson all the way around on the missed throw. DeGote at third. And there is just something on the dirt this weekend. 2 of the best defensive teams in the country are just having a really tough time. I feel like maybe it's just the influence of the series, the magnitude of these games. Tampa not playing their best baseball in April. Very small sample size in the month, but the Spartans are 3-3 in the month. And you know, you're playing a team that's really hot. You're not swinging it with the bats. Guys start to press a little bit. And when you play baseball tight, you tend to make a lot more mistakes. Gonzalez knocking this one on the ground on the right side. Second baseman will fire across. Woodburn has certainly handled all that he has needed to. Now Sebastian Garavito will try to climb in. Emilio Gonzalez sharing some words with the home plate umpire before heading back to the dugout. And very quickly, call him the lead official for this ball game. He is pretty on top of telling Gonzalez to cut it out. Gave him a couple of little jabs there, a couple of words to be shared, and then that was it. Both sides in this series have certainly been letting this umpiring crew hear some words. Nothing too far yet. Second run of the inning, 90 feet away. Sebastian Garavito looking for an RBI. Big spot for the freshman catcher. Got a hanging breaking ball. Couldn't quite hit the mark. Garavito still sitting on 15 driven in. Luke Blanton with the 1-2. That's put in the air to center field. Evans underneath it for the final out of the inning. The Sharks capitalize on a couple mistakes by the Tampa defense. 1-0 in favor of NSU through 3.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are applying full court pressure and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
Chris Perez back to the mound now with a lead. Talking with Chris earlier this season back on Media Day, told us that he's really been working on getting into a very consistent routine this year, and it's helped him really lock in as a starting pitcher. He is locked in on Jake Brooks' ankle to start off this inning, a hit batter. But a couple of guys this year shared the same kind of sentiment where this past summer and fall, it was more about getting in tune physically, mentally, getting into more of a rhythm. He's been in pretty good shape this season. Pitching-wise, he has really been strong out there. Sharks missed him for a couple of weeks, and healthy again. Feeling good. Still an electric pitcher when he's out there. 1-1. Outside. A cutter off the plate. Two-one, knocked foul. Braden Woodburn struck out in the first. Perez with 4 strikeouts in the ball game. Two balls and 2 strikes. Nobody away here. Top of the 4th inning. Needing a shutdown frame. This ball skied to right. Torty, Rodriguez converging on it. Nobody will get there. Be a Duncan base hit for Braden Woodburn. First 2 men of the inning reach. A hit batter and a bloop single. Might not be a bad time just to try and share some words here, get back on the same page. Things not going according to plan here in the inning. Want to settle it down. Big part of the order for Tampa here. Gunnar Carlson with 2 men on for him. A lot of work to be done in the inning. The mound meetings for the Sharks, whether it's just been Garavito or pitching coach Brian Gonzalez or Coach Morales getting involved in them, have usually been well-timed and usually been to great effect. Ball blooped into center field. Dakota Jones on the entry. He'll fake a throw to third. Was looking for a cutoff man. And back-to-back bloop singles. After the hit batter have tied the ball game. Great read by Jake Books. Scoring on that one from second base. Coach Urso had a great look at it, sent him immediately. Wide strike. Wow, that was a ball. Strike zone needs to be found. Not talking about Perez. Irigoyen back in, popped out to the shortstop. Man on for him, though. Nobody away. First 3 men in the inning have reached. Big infield here for the Sharks, looking to turn 2. Line to Torty. He'll have a chance at first. Gonzalez not at the bag. He tried to apply a tag. Couldn't quite get back. He only got the one field umpire, and he was pretty clear about his call there. Everybody back in safely. First out of the inning recorded. Now Walker Vanacek. First one misses to him. Mentioned last night that these two sides are playing nearly identical baseball over the last month plus. Sharks 16-6 since the beginning of March. Tampa 17-6. They've been able to hold on to the top spot in the Sunshine State Conference. Not the top spot nationally, but they're still in the mix. Sharks trying to get into that mix. Conference series underway all across the Sunshine State Conference. 2-0. No swing on the appeal. Count to 3 balls and no strikes. Embry Riddle has won their series against Florida Tech. 6-2 and 11-7 in the first 2 games. Strike in. Big one in terms of the Sharks is Rollins and Barry. Rollins won the series already through the first 2 games. The Sharks are trying to run down the Tars and the Tritons in that mix 2 and 3. Rollins and Eckerd, identical overall records in conference play. Rollins 16 and 4, Eckerd 14 and 4. The 3-2 didn't go. You're not going to win that appeal. The field umpires beyond the pitcher's mound. You're just never going to win that one. Doesn't have the angle for it. And both the Sharks manager and pitching coach, Adrian Morales and Brian Gonzalez, are heading out to the mound here. Perez bent over, wondering if he's okay. Never seen both the head coach and the pitching coach out to the mound unless there's something wrong. It seems that Coach Morales is looking to the dugout. Maybe to send somebody to the bullpen. Yeah, Perez is going to leave the ball game. Something's not right. He leaves you a round of applause and just hopefully he's okay long term. It's going to be Ricky Gonzalez. He'll get all the time that he needs to warm up here. Inheriting a jam. Now Chris Perez injured. Ricky Gonzalez on for the Sharks. We'll step aside. 1-1 in the 4th.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
For the second time this weekend, it will be Ricky Gonzalez. He has entered a real problem spot. Chris Perez departing from the ballgame with an apparent injury. Ricky Gonzalez entered last night with 2 men on Nick Manning's departure. Hit the first batter, then got out of it with the bases loaded. He cannot afford to hit a batter in this scenario. Bases all loaded up. It's been a hit batter, 2 bloop singles, and a walk in this inning. Gonzalez threw 26 pitches in 2 1/3 last night, allowed 1 hit and the aforementioned hit batter. Recorded his 3rd save of the season. The Sharks desperate for a ground ball here. Full body of work, including last night for Gonzalez. 19 2/3 innings across 14 appearances, a 2-1 record, 3 saves. 18 hits allowed, 9 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, 7 walks. Opponents are batting .261 against him, and he has hit 7 men this season. Nick Pereira, the catcher for Tampa. Bags all occupied. Trying to elevate to the outfield grass to give his side the lead. Gonzalez looking for a grounder. Fastball up and out. Pitch mix for Gonzalez is a sinker slider and a changeup. He'll get up into the 90-mile-per-hour range with the fastball. Ran it in on the hands. It's popped foul. Gonzalez, a transfer from Delaware State. He is a sophomore from Wellington, Florida. He's had to deal with injury in his career from Trinity Christian Academy in high school. Second strike pumped into Pereira, who grounded out to Emilio Gonzalez his first time up. Love that again right here. 1-2. Fastball outside. That'll miss. Ricky's been really tough trying to leave some inherited men on base. Again. Been the first guy out of the bullpen for quite some time now, since Miguel Diaz has been used as a starter. Grounded foul down the third baseline. And that does change the strategy that the Sharks can use when it comes to the relievers, because when you're going to use Miguel Diaz to open up a ball game, his pitch count is going to be very high. You're not going to be able to use him multiple times anymore, at least not in theory. Gonzalez with the 2-2. Knock to Degodi. He'll go to third base. Long throw. Up the line, but Gonzalez hauls it in. A great play made by Degodi. And Ricky Gonzalez once again leaves the bases loaded, and this game remains tied 1 apiece heading to the home half of the fourth.
To Broward County, everyone knows the sunrises, the beautiful beaches, and the extravagant nightlife. But within the heart of the 954 lies Shark County. The Sharks have always been hungry for more, striving for excellence in competition and in the classroom. But over time, we've evolved into not only the power in Broward, but one of the premier powerhouses in all of college athletics.
Nova Southeastern, they've been the best team in Division II all season long.
We're the home of 15 NCAA Division II national championships, crowning 50 individual national champions and winning 55 Sunshine State Conference titles. We are Sharks. We are Shark County. We are the power in Broward.
Go to Jones. The wind picks up again. Struck out in the second. Big shout out to the fans out there in the parking garage for the Sharks. Been out there all day. Pretty good group out there. It's usually a great vantage point to be watching a ball game. Haven't been able to watch the Sharks out there. It'd be pretty interesting for us to set up a broadcast out in the parking garage just for an alternate cast. Get some Sharks alumni out there as well. That ball's lined into the gap. It'll one hop into the glove of Books, and Dakota Jones will have a hit. Early on in the ball game again, Dakota Jones has extended his hitting streak. Dakota has now hit safely in 16 in a row, 18 straight reaching base. Ties himself with Boris Pena and Tyler Epstein for the third longest hitting streak since the shortened year. Longest since then belongs to Adam Frank back in 2022. University of Miami transfer who came in here and just blasted the ball all over the yard. Mound meeting here between the battery mates as Ty Torty took a ball. Coach Morales has taken this opportunity to just have a conversation with Manny Ramirez Jr. And you see a lot of these conversations today with Coach Morales. And again, you are having a very productive weekend. There haven't been a ton of runs, but the at-bats recently have been getting progressively better for more than the starting nine as Ty Torty turns on one. Land in the visitors' bullpen. Torty back into the mix here, both games today. Had a great first year with the Sharks. It's been a little less playing time for him this year, at least in the conventional sense of getting the start, staying out there, 4 at-bats on a game-to-game basis. Puts this one in the air to left, and it'll end up in the glove of the left fielder. Vanacek puts the squeeze on it for the first out of the inning. Another well-timed mound visit by Pereira. Now Manny Ramirez Jr. once again, he struck out in the second, and we'll see if those instructions from Coach Morales before the at-bat pay off here. Dakota Jones back in safely on the dive. Manny with his 1 home run this season can certainly put on a power display. And it has been connecting. That ball shoots off his bat in a it's a natural swing. 0-1. Big uppercut hack. And that is a game changer. Just looking for a little bit more contact from Ramirez. Oh, 2. Below the zone. Good layoff by Manny. John Luke Glanton trying to work through the 4th here. His team got even on the scoreboard in the top of the inning. He now looks for the shutdown frame. A low strike. Really low pitch across right there. Manny Ramirez Jr. not thrilled with the call at all. 5th strikeout for the right-handed starter for Tampa. He's caught 3 different guys looking at strike 3, including J.C. Hernandez back in the 2nd. J.C. taking here. Trying to get some more positive counts. Earn a better pitch to hit. Hernandez with 6 RBIs this season, 2 extra base hits. Ball in the dirt. Blocked by Pereira. Go to Jones, still holding from first base. He's been safe on 5 of his 7 attempts to steal. Pitcher, though, pretty quick. Trying to time it up. He got caught because of a bad jump from first, especially to his standards. Last season with the Gyrenes at the NAIA level, he was 10 out of 12 on stolen base attempts, so he knows how to pick his spots. Hernandez puts this one on the ground firmly. And second baseman, and Braden Woodburn has continued to show out with the glove defensively. It is a shutdown frame. John Luke Glenton has matched the Sharks pitching through 4.
First 50 years of the Sunshine State Conference inspired champions and built a legacy rooted in excellence. A legacy built from a single sport to a conference of national champions. Threaded through geography, fueled by growth, defined by excellence. 135 team national titles, 173 individual champions, and hundreds of Scholar All-Americans. Always at the top of NCAA Division II. Looking ahead, we reflect on where we started, where we are, and where we're going. The Sunshine State Conference, where success thrives.
A little surprising to see Ricky Gonzalez back to the mound here for the Sharks. Going to try and get a little bit more out of him. If you combine his 2 appearances now, he's thrown 33 pitches, including the first one to Jesse Ponce. He has left 6 men on base in this series in his initial deployment from the bullpen, including 1 man that he put on himself. Torty killed it and flipped on to first for the first out of the inning. Gonzalez continues to get contact on the ground. That's where he's at his best. Not looking for a lot of swing and miss from Gonzalez. You want soft contact on the ground, or well, you'll take it well struck, and you have a play like that where infielder just knocks the ball down. That one's going to get through. You got to live with those two. A.J. Graham has a base hit up the middle. Back to the top, Jordan Evans reached on an error and has grounded out. He's put the ball on the ground twice. Was caught stealing back in the first inning as well. Ricky Gonzalez a little bit slow to the plate. Torty will start it. 4-6-3. A double play. Another twin killing for Ricky Gonzalez. Finishing off the top of the 5th inning with a scoreless.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
The lights are kicking on here at the NSU Baseball Complex. We're halfway through game number 3. Currently 6:14 down here in South Florida, and getting late pretty early here. Another well-pitched ball game. Chris Perez and Ricky Gonzalez teaming up for 5 innings of 1-run ball so far. And well, then you got John Luke Glanton, who's picked up right where the previous 2 starting pitchers left off. Robert Stanton and B.J. Bailey were fantastic. Combined to give up 3 runs. Three runs in 15 innings of work between the 2 previous starters. Combined to strike out 20 in those 15 innings and allowed 12 hits, 2 homers in the first for both of them. Got through that here in the 3rd game. Grounded, knocked down by the pitcher, and Nick Rodriguez is going to ground out 1-3. Start off the bottom of the 5th inning. Things have really settled down for both pitching staff. You had to figure that was going to calm down after a very hectic conclusion to the middle game of the series. Again, you are waiting for a difference maker offensively. Sharks capitalized on a pair of errors on the same play by the shortstop for Tampa. On the other side, hit batter, a couple of bloop knocks, and a walk in the 4th. Run came across on Chris Perez's line, the 2nd of the softly hit singles. 2-1 count to Stinson. Had a pretty good series at the plate. Singled and came around to score on the 2-error play. Two-one. Came up empty. A little bit out in front on that one. 2-2 count now to Stinson. He's hit safely in another ball game. Average came into this 3rd game of the series, 257. He's 2 for 9 this weekend. Couple of runs scored. Three-two. Sent firmly into center field. Long run. And the catch made again And there's just nowhere to get the ball past Jordan Evans. Sharks continue to hit some balls hard in his general vicinity, and he just keeps running them down in the alleys too.
The third baseman, number 8, George DeGote.
DeGote. A couple of really good swings in this game. Doubled in the first, hard hit grounder. Now a looping line drive to center field. That's going to drop in right in front of Evans. They finally found a way to get one down out there. Out, 2-out base hit. Both sides are even in the hit column. Difference in the ballgame is that second error so far by Tampa. See if Emilio Gonzalez can come through once again. Grounded out twice. Both times to the second baseman after sharing some words with the home plate umpire. It's been a fairly wide strike zone in a variety of different directions. At least it's been consistently wide. DeGote thought about taking off to second. He will opt to retreat. 1-2 now. Gonzalez climbing back in. Trying to put up a fight here and keep this inning going. And put some pressure back on Luke Glanton. 1-2. Smoked. Towards right center field. That one's going to split the gap. DeGote on his horse. He's trying to round third base and score. He'll get sent home. There will be no throw. And Emilio Gonzalez with a go-ahead RBI double in the bottom of the fifth inning. The Sharks lead again. Yeah, George DeGote having to book it around the bases there. Running hard and coming around to score. The Sharks lead once again. They have led for most of the weekend. Tend to do that when you shut out a team. They have continued to get ahead and stay ahead of the Spartans. Ball grounded down the first base line. It'll get past the bag. Garavito will head back to the plate. Try and take his time to do it, too, so he can catch his breath. Sharks first base coach Boris Pena with some words of encouragement for the freshman. Dakota Jones will hand deliver the bat. We will wait on the 0-1. Garavito so far has struck out looking and flown out to center field. Been great defensively this weekend. It's just so interesting because you can tell that he's a big part of the scouting report. Teams coming to play the Sharks or when the Sharks are on the road. Because there are some teams that are very aggressive base stealing groups that just, they don't run. They just shut it down on the bases when Garavito's back there. I think it's what made it so easy to put him behind the plate as he strikes out here. To end the inning, the Sharks do take the lead and leave a man on base. 2-1 NSU through 5.
I'm Sloan Smith with All Your Cooling. Staying cool in Florida has never been easier. With All Your Cooling, you'll get no money down, no payments until 2027, and a 10-year parts and labor warranty. And now you can claim federal tax credits up to $3,200. For over 50 years, families across Florida have trusted us to keep their homes comfortable. From same-day installs to expert repairs, we deliver the service you need when you need it. Don't wait until your AC gives out. Call us today, 855-818-3828, or scan the QR code below.
Again, looking for a shutdown inning. Sharks scored in the bottom of the fifth. Taking the lead once again. We're not able to get the shutdown frame in the top of the fourth. Ricky Gonzalez continuing out on the mound. This will be his 12th pitch in his second relief appearance this weekend. Count to 1-1. Jake Books, Braden Woodburn, and Gunnett Carlson. Three men due up here in the top of the sixth inning. Sun setting here at the NSU baseball complex. Right in the eyes of the batters from the left-handed side. Books has finally been recorded as an out in this ball game. He has been an absolute nightmare for the Sharks to deal with. He struck out in the first. Then Chris Perez hit him in the fourth. He came around to score on a couple of softly hit singles. 1-2. And Gonzalez hits him to knock one foul. He squared off with Gonzalez just once on Friday night. He had a base hit in the eighth inning. Count moves to 2-2. Gonzalez has gotten two double plays. One to DeGote that went 5-3, and then a 4-6-3 double play to end the last inning. See if he can work a clean one here. 2-2. Sinker knocked down the left field line. It'll drop foul. Couple of feet to the left of the chalk line down there. Ricky doing some great work this weekend. Two and a third on Friday night. Worked 4 full innings this weekend. Has allowed 2 hits. And very efficient, though. 2-2. Knocked foul. We'll do it again. Has hit a batter. But he has not allowed an earned run since the end of March. He's now made 4 appearances in April. An inning plus in all of them. Looking to make it multiple innings and back-to-back appearances against the Spartans. Here's this one's popped up. Garavito getting rid of everything. And in foul ground, he makes the catch. Tossed the mask, tossed the helmet, tossed the pitch comm. Ripped it all off. Foul pop for the first out of the inning. There's no reason, to have any regard for the gear when there's an out to be made. You can clean that stuff off later. There's no need. Now Braden Woodburn has been great with the glove. 1 for 2 today. A base hit in the 4th. Gonna put this one on the ground to Stinson. Had a tough time with the transfer. The throw's late. Now Woodburn, a little leg out, an infield single. Two for 3 in this ball game. These two guys got to keep them quiet. Gunnett Carlson, the first of the two. 4th and 5th spots in the order. Coach Urso, a lot of trust for these two to come through with men on base. Carlson with an RBI base hit his last time up, a soft hit single. Mr. Frosty to center field. (2-0) from Gonzalez. Down and in. That'll miss. 3-0 count. Sharks bullpen is active. Saw Carlos Colunga down there for a brief portion of this ball game. Don't know if he's still the one loosening. Carlson not happy with the walk. Been a couple of guys that have been ungracious walkers this weekend. There's some batters where you're just desperate to get on base. You're doing whatever you can, trying to get on, get coach off your back a little bit if you're in a slump. These guys from Tampa, though, they are ungrateful for the walks. Well, Yonder Irigoyen, first pitch swinging, knocks it to Stinson. He'll throw to third. Throw gets away. Nobody will be able to advance, though. Woodburn had to take a slide. Well, Ricky Gonzalez worked out of a bases-loaded jam right out of the bullpen. Can he do it again? He has left the bases loaded twice already this weekend. Popped up. First pitch. Infield fly. Stinson on the mound. Will let it drop. Made the catch. Give him credit for that. On the exchange, he wanted to see if anybody was trying to be overly aggressive. So the second out of the inning. Nick Pereira. Spartans catcher. Letting the first one go. It's in for a strike. He's grounded out twice. He was the man that grounded into the double play when Ricky Gonzalez entered the fray. The 0-1 from the Sharks right-hander. I'll miss down. Gonzalez, can he be tough one more time? Pitch number 27 for him, surpassing his total from last night. You need a pitch in the zone. Still work to the edges, but Gonzalez's fastball, the movement and the velocity it has on it, you can afford to miss. You don't have to work the edges. Bowling ball. 2-1. Came right back to the outer third. Counted 2-2. 2 away, every base occupied. Sharks trying to hold their 2-1 lead here in the top of the 6th inning. Ricky Gonzalez, tough as nails. Strike 3! Gonzalez doesn't get many of them, but he dug deep, leaving them loaded again. Third time that he has left every base occupied this weekend, and he's been a hero in this series.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are applying full court pressure and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
Ricky Gonzalez. Story of this ball game has been unbelievable out of the bullpen. Traffic, yes. Runs, no luck. Dakota Jones will lead it off here. Bottom 6, Jones, Torty, Ramirez. For the Sharks, trying to get some breathing room against the Spartans. Every game has been anxiety-filled. Nothing's come easy. There have been stretches for both sides where the bats have just gone cold, and then, boom, all of a sudden, offense, sometimes instantaneously for the Sharks, a couple of homers. Some instant offense for Tampa in the middle game as well. Back-to-back shots. Now Ty Torty again. Walked and flown out. 0 for 1 effort so far. Bullpen going to start to get going for Tampa. Couple of guys are heading down there. Does appear, and it's number 19 for the Spartans down in the bullpen, Oscar Hernandez. Getting loose is Torty. We'll pop this one for a Woodburn, and that's a heck of a play. I mean, he's by far been the best fielder for either side in this series. He just continues to pick it. He's been fantastic with the glove. John Luke Glanton looking for his first clean inning. There's been at least one man to reach in every inning so far in the game. He's been charged with the 2 runs, but just 1 earned. He struck out 6, walked 1. This will be his 90th pitch of the ball game. And it misses down and away to Manny Ramirez Jr. Manny has struck out twice, once looking. Got him staring at strike 3 in the 4th. A 2-1. Low. A little head tilt from Luke Glanton and Manny Ramirez Jr. trying to reach base here. Get him out of the stretch again. 3-1. Knocked firmly up the middle. Ponce with the strike across the infield. 3 groundouts in the inning. It is the first 1-2-3 frame of the afternoon for John Luke Glanton.
To Broward County, everyone knows the sunrises, the beautiful beaches, and the extravagant nightlife. But within the heart of the 954 lies Shark County. The Sharks have always been hungry for more, striving for excellence in competition and in the classroom. But over time, we've evolved into not only the power in Broward, but one of the premier powerhouses in all of college athletics.
Nova Southeastern, they've been the best team in Division II all season long.
We're the home of 15 NCAA Division II national championships, crowning 50 individual national champions and winning 55 Sunshine State Conference titles. We are Sharks. We are Shark County. We are the power in Broward.
New Shark pitcher out on the mound is Frank Belisi. Has really earned his way into the circle of trust this season out of the bullpen. It's a 4.24 ERA for the redshirt senior from Cooper City, Florida. Chaminade Madonna College prep grad at 5'11". Belisi has not allowed a run since the end of February against Eckerd. 7 straight scoreless appearances, including 3 of those where he has completed at least 2 innings in relief. Has been a fantastic add to the bullpen. Transfer from the University of Tampa. He's a mid-80s four-seam fastball and a cutter, curve, and a changeup. And working his way back from elbow surgery back in 2022. And he's been very impactful. Big-time series for the Sharks. You know, there's a couple of guys who are really wanting to get involved. Belisi, probably one of them. There's another one on the other side. We'll see if he enters the ball game out of the bullpen. Jesse Ponce, after a dazzling play to end the inning. He's 0 for 2. Bunts this one back into the screening. 1-1 count. He has singled and grounded out in the ball game. Runner going to be put on here. Be a pinch hitter. So A.J. Graham pulled back here, and Luke Fiker will grab his bat.
Now batting, number 9, Luke Fiker. Fiker, the pinch hitter.
heavily involved today, for better and for worse. Offensively hitless in the series. And on the mound, real blow up for him. He's playing third base and then part of a double switch and coughed it up against the Sharks late in game 2. He drops down the bunt here. Gonzalez will field. He'll go to first with Torty covering. Trade the out for the run there. Runner. Ponce into scoring position now for Jordan Evans. Intriguing matchup here. Malisi, who's been great lately. Evans, who's been great in the series. Ball's well out of play. Nearly hitting the ticket booth. Malisi set. Quick peek to second. A longer look. 0-1. That'll drift out. Now Evans has been quiet in this series finale. Reached on the air of the ground out and then knocked into a double play as well. But sooner or later, you feel like a guy of this caliber is just going to come through in a big spot if you keep letting him have at-bats in big opportunities. Same kind of idea that applied to Joander Irigoyen back in the earlier game when he had that RBI double. It's very rare to keep talent of this caliber quiet for the full length of a series, and Jordan Evans has had his presence felt. But his presence has been felt. That's in the past. Strikes out right here against Malisi. Back-to-back outs for the right-hander. Stay tough. Continues to be real tough. Jake Books. Interesting choice to pitch to him. Got 2 really strong days. So far in this game, though, been struck out, was hit by a pitch, and has popped out in foul ground. Hoping that maybe he's out of hits. Malisi, long look in, now set. And Ponce from second. Curveball snaps down, wave and a miss. If Malisi can make it back-to-back strikeouts here, working around the leadoff hit batter. One, two. Up and out. Tried to elevate the fastball. Couldn't get the swing and miss with it, though. Pretty good curveball and backed it up with a high heater. Now 2-2. Outside again. Tried to turn it over. Strike 3. No chase. Jake Books keeping it in the zone here. junior outfielder looking for another high-impact swing. The 3-2. Curveball drops in for strike 3. And Frank Belisi punches out 2 in a row to leave the tying run in scoring position.
First 50 years of the Sunshine State Conference inspired champions and built a legacy rooted in excellence. A legacy built from a single sport to a conference of national champions. Threaded through geography, fueled by growth, defined by excellence. 135 team national titles, 173 individual champions, and hundreds of Scholar All-Americans. Always at the top of NCAA Division II. Looking ahead, we reflect on where we started, where we are, and where we're going. The Sunshine State Conference, where success thrives.
J.C. Hernandez to get it started for the Sharks here. Home half of the 7th inning. His first pitch swinging, and he'll have a base hit just past Woodburn. And a leadoff base hit for the Sharks. They're going to get a speed up for Hernandez as Manny Sanchez will come off the bench again, but it's kind of what you're looking for, an early spot. And it's a really nice job by J.C. Hernandez right there. Nick Rodriguez showing the bunt. Sanchez leaning back towards first. Bunt drop down. Nice job by Rodriguez here. Tag applied by the pitcher. Luke Glanton putting it right into the chest.
The shortstop, number 2, Anthony Stinson.
Not that it matters much at the moment because I doubt Sanchez is even thinking about swiping third, but he is a perfect 1-for-1 this year on stolen base attempts. Stinson grounds this one down the third baseline, so the Sharks again. The sacrifice bunt. I don't think you're going to feel comfortable with any lead against the Spartans after they already showed you they can change a game in a hurry already today, but one more run here and you start to breathe just a little bit easier. A multi-run cushion. Got some tough arms still down in that bullpen. One. Stinson with the count his way now. Base hit in the third inning. 1-for-3 day. potentially see Eduardo Echeverria for a second time. Sanchez not tagging here on the ball to right center. Catch made by Jordan Evans for the second out of the inning. The Sharks really haven't been able to execute following their sack bunts this series. And it's so important if you're going to be a team that tries to manufacture runs that way and you give up outs to move guys up 90 feet. You're not going to come through all the time, but it's important to put some pressure on a pitcher. This will be pitch number 100 for John-Luke Glanton. He tries to finish off the 7th inning. Sanchez dancing around from second base. Couple of looks that way. Now the 1-0. Godey's had a very good day at the plate. Got a couple of hits, including a double back in the first. He reached on a 2-error play by the shortstop back in the 3rd inning. He continues to get on base at a high clip. 1-1 is a fastball poured across. This would be the second time this season that Luke Glanton would go past 6 full innings on his line. Season high is 8 innings completed at Embry-Riddle. Shutout effort against the Eagles. Trying to hold the Sharks to 2 runs here this Saturday. DeGoey knocking one towards Woodburn. And the second baseman again with a clean play. Routine. And an end to the 7th. Score holds 2-1. The Sharks still in the advantage.
Campuses nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
Frank Polisi back to the mound for the Sharks. Starting off the 8th inning. Keeping it close. Every pitch magnified here in the series decider. Nice start to the at-bat against Braden Woodburn. Well located first pitch from Polisi. Woodburn 2 for 3 in the ball game. Couple of singles in the 4th and 6th innings. Woodburn, Carlson, and Irigoyen trying to hold Tampa to just 1 run through 8. 5 for 25 as a team with 7 strikeouts so far in the effort. top mark run-scoring team in the Sunshine State Conference coming into the weekend. They were tied with Eckerd College. That has since changed the way the Sharks have pitched. And I think Belisi with another strikeout. That's 3 in a row. Baseball's being delivered here to the home plate umpire.
Batting the first baseman, 0, Gunnet Carlson.
Woodburn with his second strikeout today. Belisi making his way home. Foul ball. Carlson with an RBI base hit back in the 4th inning. He walked his last time up. Belisi sat down 4 in a row after hitting Jesse Ponce. Popped up. He'll get into center field for Dakota Jones. Manny Ramirez Jr. with a very aggressive run for that one. Jones was camped underneath it for quite a bit. Keep this one strong. Belisi just continues to pick up outs. And you want to talk about a development story this season. You got him right, got him to buy in. He has just taken control of a really high leverage spot for the Sharks. Ball on a strike here. Veteran right-hander. A redshirt senior. In his first year with the Sharks. This ball shot deep left center field. Dakota Jones on the run. It'll bounce off the wall. Manny Ramirez Jr. will get it in. Back in for Stinson. And Irigoyen has a double. Keep this inning going. First hit allowed by Belisi. Kept it in the yard, though it got pushed about as far as it could have been. Walker Vanacek. 0 for 2 is struck out, walked, and popped out. There's potentially going to be a change here. There's going to be a pinch runner. Jack Martinez will take over the base running duties. Irigoyen the DH, so doesn't change things defensively. Although, don't put it past Coach Urso for another double swap, potentially. If you want to get him in as a defensive replacement, you're not necessarily expecting another turn through the order. I don't know if Martinez's glove is worth it. Vanacek behind the count here, 0-1. Now 0-2. Well executed couple of pitches by Belisi right back after the double. Big spot here. The redshirt senior against his former school. Attended the University of Tampa most of his career. Now trying to blank him for another inning. 0-2. Didn't get the offer. Nice stop by Garavito. Martinez with pretty good speed out there. Looking for him to score on a base hit. 1-2. Swung at it, missed. Frank Belisi with 4 strikeouts in 2 innings of bullpen work. Sharks pitching continues to just dominate the Spartans.
First 50 years of the Sunshine State Conference inspired champions and built a legacy rooted in excellence. A legacy built from a single sport to a conference of national champions. Threaded through geography, fueled by growth, defined by excellence. 135 team national titles, 173 individual champions, and hundreds of Scholar All-Americans. Always at the top of NCAA Division II. Looking ahead, we reflect on where we started, where we are, and where we're going. The Sunshine State Conference, where success thrives.
New pitcher on the mound for the University of Tampa. It'll be number 19, Oscar Hernandez, the former Shark reliever. Spent some time here with Nova Southeastern University not too long ago. A junior from Orlando, Florida at 6'3". Also played at the State College of Florida. Been pretty good this season. He's made 12 appearances, one of which was a start. 0-1 record with 1 save, 19 innings, 17 hits, 9 earned runs. Struck out 16, walked 9. It's a 4.26 ERA. Squares off with Emilio Gonzalez right out of the bullpen. Oscar throwing pretty hard out of the Sharks bullpen. Good fastball, pretty good breaking ball. Emilio Gonzalez trying to put up multiple runs with 1 swing and the base is empty there. That is one of the bigger cuts he's taken this season. Gonzalez putting this one in the air. Center field for Evans. And he'll make the catch. First out of the 8th. Back as a freshman, the Sharks back in 2024. An original Morales era player. Appeared in 7 games for the Sharks. 8 1/3, 11 strikeouts, but an elevated ERA in those 8 innings. Sebastian Garavito ahead in the count here, 1-0 with the ball in the dirt. Back in 2024 with the Sharks. Oscar did not pitch against these Spartans his freshman season. His best appearance did come in his last one with the Sharks, 2 1/3 scoreless with 3 strikeouts against Eckerd. 2-0. High and tight to Garavito. He's been held yet to get off base in this 3rd game of the series. He struck out twice and flown out. Held in check. Continues to be great defensively, though. The 3-0. And it's going to hit him. Not happy about that. It's not really something Hernandez has done a lot of. It's the third batter he's hit this season. Garavito, really good athlete. Let's see if he wants to get going from first base. And he can put some pressure on Hernandez and the rest of the defense. Garavito does have a stolen base attempt this season. He was caught. But with Dakota Jones and his contact-oriented nature at the plate, you're trying to manufacture a run here, and Hernandez is struggling with strikes. You get one in the big part of the plate. You're first and third. Pitching coach going to get involved in the conversation here. The bullpen does remain active for Tampa following Hernandez. He's only thrown one strike since entering. And it was the at-bat ender. Behind 1-0 to Dakota Jones, who yet again has done enough to extend his hitting streak. 1 for 3 with a base hit back in the 4th inning. Just every day, shows up at the ballpark, puts on the jersey, grabs the bat, and you know he's going to pick up a knock. It's just the way he's been swinging the bat this season. 1-0, 2-0. Missed the zone with 6 in a row now. That one will split the dish. Dakota not being the aggressor in this particular situation. I want to grind out Hernandez here. 2-1, turned on, well foul. A one hop out of the yard. All right. You got your one. Late in the ball game, you got one shot to get really aggressive, get your A swing off. Now, grind time. Have to have a productive plate appearance here. The 2-2 in the dirt. Carlson holding on Garavito from first base. Big hole in the right side of the infield for Dakota. Garavito's off. Pitch misses. He has hit a man and now walked one with one out in the inning. The wildness from Oscar Hernandez putting Tampa in a bind here. And Coach Urso will end it right now. He's going to go back to the bullpen. Oscar Hernandez couldn't find the zone. He threw 14 pitches. There was change in his line. 14 pitches, 4 strikes, and he leaves 2 men on with 1 away.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
Okay, draw on in relief here for the Spartans. On from West Palm Beach, Florida. Been around a little bit. The senior played at Virginia Tech and Indian River State College. Only made 2 appearances out of the bullpen for Virginia Tech in 2025. 2 strikeouts of the 4 outs that he got. Has not pitched a whole lot in his career. He's only made 18 appearances before this season with the Spartans. He's made 8 appearances this year. Brings a 2.84 ERA, a 1-0 record, 12 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed just 4 earned runs. He struck out 18 and only walked 4. They're making a change in the outfield as well. I believe Javi Soto is back in left. Luke Ficker remained on in the ballgame at third base. Ty Torty, a 1-1 count. Just a couple of changes to the defense for Tampa for the last couple innings. Wide strike to Torty. Ball and 2 strikes. Going to be productive here. 1 away in the inning. Garavito and Jones on. 1-2. Smoked foul. A little worm burner down the first baseline. Just a little bit out in front. And you'd love to see him hook one down the line. Bat speed for Torty has certainly been pretty exceptional in his career. He's got real pull side power. Remember the first swing I ever saw him take here was a opposite field home run over the Lime Fresh Mexican Grill sign. Saw that in fall ball his first year here. Who is this guy? You watched him play last year and say, oh, there's Ty Torty. Ball and 2 strikes. Draw on. The 1-2. Down and in. That'll miss. Tampa dugout wanted it badly. The zone has been wide away, not inside. 2-2 count now. 2 men on, 1 away. Oscar Hernandez couldn't find the zone here in the inning. He was relieved after 3 batters. Ty Torty has worked the count full. Manny Ramirez Jr. waiting on deck. guy that is due for a big swing. Ty Torty takes ball 4. Another quality at bat for Torty. Loads up the bases. Now, Manny Ramirez Jr. All right. There is some ice water in the veins of Manny Ramirez Jr., and if he can stay composed here, get one in the zone, he can influence this ball game. Low and away strike from Drohan. This guy's been tough. He has not given up a home run this season, just 2 extra base hits. 14 total hits this year for the right-hander. He has been tough. Manny Ramirez Jr. can compose himself in the 2-strike count. Manny Sanchez waiting on deck. Big insurance runs on the bases. You would love to scratch across 1 here. Some late insurance for the Sharks. Garavito from third base, Dakota Jones from second, and Torty from first. Swung at and missed. Ramirez Jr. chasing out of the zone. Well-executed breaking ball by Drohan. Ramirez strikes out for the 3rd time. Now the freshman, Manny Sanchez, came in as a pinch runner after J.C. Hernandez singled in the 7th. Now he gets an at-bat here in the 8th. Big cut at the first one. There's the 1. Tall righty dealing. Back-to-back strikes. He's found that low and away corner. Drohan looking to shut the door on a late Sharks rally. Keep them scoreless here. Popped into the parking lot. Do it again, 0-2. A couple of young fans are going to try and run that one down. No balls and 2 strikes. Manny Sanchez against Cade Drohan here in the 8th. The 0-2. Off the plate away. Got to hold your breath there if you're on the Shark side of things, the way the strike zone's been called. The 1-2. Knocked foul. Top hand came off the bat there. Big spot for the freshman. This is his 11th appearance of the season. He's 5 for 20. 1 RBI this year. A lone run batted in, came back against Palm Beach Atlantic. 1-2. Knocked in the air to right, drifting towards the line. And Books will watch this one drop in foul ground. Well foul. Manny lately, he's got 3 hits in his last 4 games. Three for his last 10, including that RBI against PBA. Garavito, Jones, and Torty surround the pitcher, Drohan. Flare to right, Books lines it up, and it lands in his mitt. Will 1 be enough for the Sharks? Frank Belisi back to the mound, trying to hold on to a 1-run lead against the Spartans.
I'm Sloan Smith with All Your Cooling. Staying cool in Florida has never been easier. With All Your Cooling, you'll get no money down, no payments until 2027, and a 10-year parts and labor warranty. And now you can claim federal tax credits up to $3,200. For over 50 years, families across Florida have trusted us to keep their homes comfortable. From same-day installs to expert repairs, we deliver the service you need when you need it. Don't wait until your AC gives out. Call us today, 855-818-3828, or scan the QR code below.
Bottom third of the order. Coach Urso, first pitch swinging, put in the air to left. Manny Ramirez Jr. with the catch and the first out. Jesse Ponce. The base hit has been hit by a pitch. Sharks, again, are in a position to try and take a series against the Spartans for the first time since 2016. Belisi, in his best appearance of the season, he has been tough. And what a game so far for the redshirt senior. Couple of massive strikeouts since entering. Has ended both innings so far via the K. He struck out 4. The 2 men have reached base, a hit batter and a double. Didn't amount to anything. Grounded to Gonzalez, but it's foul. This is a season-high 4 strikeouts for Frank Belisi out of the bullpen. He's thrown 30 pitches in relief. Christopher Perez started this game, then Ricky Gonzalez with 8 massive outs. 2 double plays, left the bases loaded twice. 2-2, outside. Ponce charged with both errors for his side in this ballgame on the same play. One with the glove, one with the arm. And knocked this foul past his first base coach. We'll do it again, all full. A run on 6 hits, 2 errors, 8 men left on so far for the Spartans. 2 runs on 6 hits, 1 error, 9 men left on. The Sharks are hoping that is enough. Looking for another 1-run victory against Tampa here at the NSU Baseball Complex. 3-2. Knocked over the head of Degody. And Manny Ramirez Jr. will bring this one in quickly. Tying run on. Spot right here. Another ground ball. Going to have a pinch hitter here, Jake Turrer. Turrer again this weekend. Pinch hitting in what was originally A.J. Graham's spot. He was lifted for Luke Fiker. Bunt dropped down, and now see what Turner can do with one away. High and tight from Belisi. We'll wake you up right off the bench. Belisi, deep breath here. 1-1. Breaking ball popped up. Shallow center for Dakota Jones. Second out of the inning. This tied Belisi's season high in outs recorded. 2 2/3 in relief. Season high is 38 pitches. 36 right now. And it's Jordan Evans again. Gonna keep this game going. Two-run home run. First pitch. Jordan Evans will touch them all once again in the ninth. Three to 2, Spartans lead. There's no reason for the Sharks to hang their heads. Still got 3 outs to work with. But they have been knocked to the canvas for the second time today. How many haymakers can you take? Belisi here looking to settle it back down. Jake Books back up. You have seen this Tampa group show why they are a top 2 team in the country. They have battled. They're tough to put away. That's just the nature of the business. You got a really elite team, and they will take all 27 outs if you're going to beat them. One and one, the count now to Books. The reason why this team came into the weekend with just 1 loss in conference play. They don't give away outs. 1-1. Curveball waved at and missed, and Belisi has a chance to finish off this inning with the Sharks needing a run to tie. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 away. Jake Books in the hole here. Left it a little bit low. Try to backdoor the breaking ball again. Now the 2-2. Put in the air. Left field, Manny Ramirez Jr. drifting back to the track. He'll make the catch. Books gave it a ride, but couldn't push it the distance. Jordan Evans did. His second home run of the series has given Tampa the lead in the ninth. Last swings for NSU. trailing by a run. Plenty of life still on the home side here. 3 outs to play with, needing a run. Nick Rodriguez. Will lead it off here for the Sharks. Doesn't love that call. Don't blame him. Oh, 2. Up from Drohan. Knocked foul by Rodriguez. Due for a base hit, at least a reach. He's 0 for 3 so far. Actually 0 for 2. His sack bunt his last time up. Flared to right. That's going to get past the second baseman. Woodburn couldn't haul that one in. Due delivered. Nick Rodriguez represents the tying run for the Sharks. Anthony Stinson, tying run on for him. Pitch all the way to the backstop. Stinson was squaring to bunt. You keep the bunt on. Try and sack Rodriguez to third. Probably be the preferred method. A wild pitch puts him into scoring position, though. If you were willing to move him to second, bunt drop down. Drohan will field. Toss to first in time. The Sharks have manufactured a runner to third base with George Degody, their hottest bat, digging into the box. Degody trying to be the man once again. Goody. In this ballgame, he's 2 for 4. An extra base hit and a run scored. Putting this one backwards. Out of play. A 2-strike hole. Infield in for the Spartans. Trying to cut off the tying run. Anything that meets the outfielders would even the ball game. Tampa really wanting that one. They've had a couple, with the way that the game's been called, it's kind of a coin flip out there. Goody keeping it within the zone that he knows. The 1-2 from Johan. Up and out of the zone. Count leveled. 2-2, 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th. The Sharks trying to rebound. Push this one to extras for the second time today. 2-2. Knocked back. Degodi staying on it here just a little bit late and a little bit under. He's had some fantastic swings this weekend. A home run earlier today, the double, couple of base hits. He's been shooting the ball all over the place. 2-2. Couldn't get to the high heat. A strikeout for Drohan, his second since entering the ball game. Just chasing. Emilio Gonzalez, the last Shark to bat. Potentially, he doubled and drove in a run back in the 5th. And they're not going to pitch to him. They will not deal with Gonzalez. Not with his power. They will opt to pitch to Sebastian Garavito. There are a handful of intentional passes given out by Coach Urso. Drohan v. Garavito. 2 away, 2 on. First pitch, put in the air to right. Books coming in. He'll make the catch. Twice on this Saturday, the Tampa Spartans proved their might. The number 2 ranked team in the country win twice. Taking the series, and they continue to jaw at the Sharks as the game has concluded. 3-2 the final score, and Tampa Spartans take it 2-1 in this May series. That could have gone, maybe. It's something that you could see again later on. The Sharks proved that they could handle it, but here in April, Jordan Evans, a couple of monster swings, proved to be too much for the Sharks. That'll do it for the broadcast here. Early April series goes the way of Tampa. Final score in the final game, 3-2.